Hello, comrades. Premier Rever, and I am back again, once again looking down now at the road that is the city of Neuve Revergrad. Right, so we're getting a little bit of progress made. So I did play time forward slightly. You know, we have our new crew up here. We don't have power up here yet, but I've set one of our construction crews to be working on these power lines. It seems like a lot of times I'm having that connection issue. I'm not sure what it is, but in any event, I think this is going to be a construction episode. I do want to say one thing before we get started. You may notice that the game is now in a different format. There's no letter boxes, or the black boxes, or very little ones at the very top. So I'm hoping this recording goes well. If you guys have any issues with seeing it, it should make things bigger. For me, as I play, there'll be less room on the sides of my screen. Like I can see my desktop over there. But I'm hoping that this is a little bit better for those of you guys that watch on a mobile or just in general. I think it'll make the screens bigger so that when I'm zoomed in, you can see better. Let's hope so anyway, right? Now, what is this guy doing? Once in a while, they come back here and I don't know if that's a problem that they just stop like that. But anyway, we do have a couple issues that we need to get fixed as part of our construction episode, but I think, ignoring those for a few seconds here, I would like to go around to each of our constructions and just make sure they have jobs to do, right? So these guys are doing the power lines over there for the moment. We're sort of running out of things for everybody to do, and then these guys are working on some of the roads down here. Right, so we're getting some of those done, and between the episodes we got this bridge built, so we've got a few different road assignments here, and hopefully we can get to the point we're building this, and that will be given to this guy over here. Is like a pretty good, because they have a bunch of cement trucks and open hauls, they can do bridges pretty well, so we'll keep them going on that. And we have, some of these are done and ready to go. We just don't have anybody in there. So before the episode's over, I'd like to get people moved. But before I do that, I do want to show you, and this is, this is getting completed. One of the things that I noticed is that I didn't have anybody coming into here to drop stuff off. So I'm pretty sure I straightened that out. So hopefully they'll be heading up this way. I'll take a look and show you. If we look, now, what does that? I don't know. It appears smaller to me. This is what I'm worried about. Let me just check the settings real quick. Or can I even do that from here? Oh, you know what? Sorry, guys. There you go. Okay, so that when I reset the thing, it reset that as well. Okay, there we go. All right. So now, hopefully, I look at that. It's a little bit of a, I don't know if you can see that graphics glitch right there. That's fine. I can live with the graphics glitches as long as they're not too bad. It's, yeah, that's a little bit different than it was because I had that setting before. Oh, look, so now we're clicking through things, and oh no, this is not working. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, I can't live with that. Oh, there we go. I finally caught it, but I'm clicking everything behind it. Look at that, saying I can't. I guess I can. I don't know. Let me know what you think of that. It's definitely worth you guys being able to see things better. Maybe I can get used to it if it's not too bad, right? All right. So anyway, where were we? All related vehicle. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's because I had those open when we went to do it. So there we go. So these guys weren't started. That's what it was, and that's why we came over here to get them started. So they should be going up to the warehouses and getting some things brought into here, and then once that's done, we can start, at least we'll have a few supplies over there. Not a big deal. Wanted to show you a problem. I don't know if you watched the last video, you will note that I told you guys that I had to delete these because I didn't want the wrong stuff going into the tanks. So we've got the tanks built between the episodes, but then look what happened. Fuel went into here, and bitumen went into here. Now, it didn't keep flowing. Like, I noticed this, I don't know, a few minutes ago, and it's still not bringing more bitumen in, it's like it emptied out the tanks. Even though the tanks weren't built, it's like whatever was in those pipes or something seemed to have gone into these tanks. I don't really know. There's some kind of a glitch going on there. But that's an awful lot of bitumen too, like 300. So I don't know how it got so much in there, but is that how much is in here? 250, so. But yeah, the bottom line is we still have a problem making fuel, so we need to get this resolved pretty quickly. So I would like to get that going. But yeah, definitely try to remember to build your tanks if you... Fortunately, in this situation, one became a bitumen tank and one became a fuel tank. And I don't care which is which, but if you did care, yeah, definitely try to remember to build your tanks first. That will help you immensely. But we're, you know, I don't think we're necessarily on the verge of a fuel crisis. But we definitely want to get this built and kind of ASAP get a train over there. So let's even send a train over there to wait to become full, right? So we can get that out of the way so we don't forget. But the number of trains really kind of went down, didn't they? Let's try one of these just because it's a little tiny bit faster and has a lot more kilowatts. I don't know if that's going to really make a difference in the game, but I imagine it would. And then we're going to need a cargo wagon. And we have two different tankers. I don't know why we wouldn't get the bigger one. And I don't think we need like mega trains. So what would this... I mean, this is going to be like 4 of them will be enough, I think. And then we might get another train to go and sell to somebody else, right? So since our dollars have been going down and our rubles are still going up a bit, and I think it's... I don't think there's any difference in the distance. I was going to say maybe it's closer, but... All right, come on, open up train. All right, so what I want you to do is go over to here, and then this is good too, because once we're ready with those pipes, and then I want you to come to here. I don't think, have we... Well, no, we are sending... I don't know, do we send the corn train to here? I forget. I don't want you to load anything. I want you to load bitumen. And therefore just unload bitumen, right? Cool. All right, well, go ahead for it. And hopefully he'll make it over there, and... Oh, I didn't put him on wait, did I? Let's click on him again. Yeah, I want you to wait, and there's no point in waiting at the export. All right, so there you go. One little problem sort of taken care of. Not necessarily fixed, but at least I think we're on our way to fixing it. Very good. Now, another problem is, do we have these guys flowing in and out of here nicely? Just to, I don't know if this is a problem, but something that I wanted to check on that I thought about before I started up. And one of the things that I noticed is that you can't put, he's not unloading gravel, right? So I think what we need to do is come here and say, all right, you're going to go there. Let's X that out. And you're going to unload. At this point, we'll just have them unload gravel. I don't want them to wait over there because it'll clog things up, right? If we stop using enough gravel here that we start getting a problem, I think we're going to like just cut the number of trucks down, right? Like, but we'll see. Now the other thing is, now that we have that, are we going to get too many trucks in here? Like this guy, yeah, you know what? I want you to go into there and wait with your prefab panels. All right, so what do we have? Where is our lumber truck? Is our lumber truck... You know, the lumber truck I really don't want coming in here and waiting. I would like him to... Where are you going? You're just going some other... You're not my truck. So we have a lumber truck. So there's our electrical components. We can't have anybody else waiting here, or else we're going to get all jammed up. So, are you coming up this way? Yes, you are. So you want to go to the road cargo station, but there's no place at the inn. So I am going to put you on coming here, unload your lumber, and then go here next. Just why not? We don't really need much lumber. But then when it comes to this lumber situation, we really just don't need that much lumber ever. It's kind of overkill to even have yards full of it, right? Yeah, so this guy's going to have to drive. He's going to be driving back and forth quite a bit. But we got our fuel truck. We got this. The other thing I'm thinking of is, you know, I don't know how many mechanical components we're ever going to really use out of here. Well, no, not mechanical. Electrical components. So what do we have? We should have... Now, you know what? Boards can sit there, can't they? I'm sorry. Where did I send? Is this my board guy? Yeah, you know what? Let's just see what happens if we have him wait. Because I think we switched our buses, didn't we? All of our buses are going to here. And we should need 7 spots, and we figured it all out. So there we go. The problem is we can't have the gravel guy coming and waiting into here. So, yeah, hopefully that's right. At least we did a little reminder to ourselves. Now this guy, yeah, see, he has an asphalt paver and a roller, and what I'm thinking of is let's make sure we got everything over here constructed. That was one of my goals, to get almost all of that done. Good. So we can move some people into here as it makes sense. However, really, before we do too much of that, I would like to get this road built, right? The road into our new bakery. So I think when it comes to building roads, because they don't have any asphalt over here, they will have some gravel, but we do need to get more trucks here. So what we might want to do is, you know, go ahead and start getting this going, right? But yeah, let's go ahead and start getting that going. We're ignoring other problems that I know about, just so you guys know. And this is one of the reasons, by the way, I knew a lot of this stuff was going on, that I stayed paused in the last planning videos, right? I needed to plan things to keep construction people busy, and yet at the same time, I knew that we were building up some of these problems. So what do we have in here already? Yeah, let's take... Well, why do we have 2 cranes? Did we take cranes out of here? Let's just see what this guy has. Yeah, he doesn't have a crane. You know, so why don't we're going to take a crane out of here. We're going to take... Yeah, see, he's only got one bus. So we'll leave him a bus. So I think this is really his vehicles that we could switch around. And... yeah, I don't think I would change that. I think I want to steal his vehicles, because we actually have 2 buses there, and then we've got, you know, a fair number of dumpers. That's a good asphalt paving crew we have there. All right, so very good. So let's take these guys, and we'll have them come over to, like, this will make a regular construction crew, because, oops. You know, while they still might have to run and go get asphalt and stuff for some of the jobs, we can tend to put our asphalt paving crew from over there in Chemsol to do like the first stage, and then have these guys come up and finish out the second stage, right? So let's just take, so what do we have? I have to remember what's in there. Dumper, we have a dumper, we have a bus, we have a crane. I think we had 2 dumper. No, I already forget, right? That's all right. We'll give them, like I said, there's other problems, and it really wasn't my intention to move construction vehicles over here. It was my intention to get this cleared out. Oops, too far. Way too far. I wanted to get the depot here cleared out enough that I could buy the vehicles that I wanted to buy. So I want to buy 7 vehicles. I want two covered. Well, do we have enough? Yeah, I think we figured we had enough parking spaces, right? But I don't know if I'm not going to worry about the covered halls, but I do want to get. Well, here, you know what? I have another idea. We're going to get 3 open halls to start out. And that lumber guy, I'm going to send him back and forth between the 2 places for now. How's that sound? So that we don't, just one less truck running the roads, right? So these 3 will be for everything but lumber. Right, let's put them over here a little bit. And then let's think about how we're going to get other things up there. So let's do this guy. And we'll make this steel just so we remember which one he is. And then this guy is going to, not lumber. This guy is going to do prefab panels. And last but maybe least, this guy is going to do bricks. Right, and then while we're down here, let's find, yeah, this is the lumber truck, right, that's going to Camille. No, that's not. Oh, look, we got a little jam up. So what are you doing? Are your problem waiting? Yeah, stop waiting. Okay, that's the truck we wanted anyway. And I want you to come back to here and load lumber. And then I want you to come over here and unload lumber. Good. So hopefully that works out. All right, so he's already running, and then we need to take each of these and say, come to here, right? Yeah, we probably could leave this on anything, but start. All right, so then we should have a good steady supply here. Now, I don't know if we're doing some overkill or not. Yeah, and I do want you guys to wait. Yeah, wait when you get done. And even if that causes problems, we'll come straighten out said problems at some point later. All right, so now you need to come here with your bricks. Now let's make sure this is on, yes, this is on the right percentages of each item. Now, is this on the right percentages of each item? Yes. Okay, good. So now we want to get these components to here. So what I'm thinking of doing is, what is the vehicles that are coming to here? Can we just, yeah, you know what? He's just going to make hopefully a loop. So he's going to here, and then he's going to Chemsaw, and then this guy is going from, where are you going from? Why do we have 2 vehicles coming in here? Right? Yeah, where is our, so you're going from here to the rail construction office. Okay. Well, okay. So fine. We'll just change this guy. And I don't know if, you know, this is not going to get them over here particularly quickly, but maybe we'll have a little bit of patience, which was suggested in an earlier one. And one of the reasons for doing this guy in this loop is so that we don't take up all our parking spaces, right? You know what? I messed up the trucks, didn't I? Yes, I did. All right, so he'll eventually start jumping them off over here. I don't anticipate this construction crew needing that many of them. Not in the short term. All right, another thing, speaking of this construction crew, are you assigned? No, you're assigned to nothing. All right, so hopefully we still have to do mechanical components over here, but let's do the things that are over here. So you're going to get your gravel from here, your asphalt and other, you're going to get your steel, bricks, prefab panels, and boards, mechanical and electrical. So then if we come over to here, when you do need asphalt, this isn't really that terribly far away. It's not by any stretch. Oops. What am I on? Concrete, asphalt. And I think if we have extra workers, they're going to tend to be here. Good. All right. Lots of, lots of things happening, and yet nothing's happening much, sort of. All right. So we need to get mechanical components. So what's bothering me is how are we getting mechanical components into here if we don't have any related vehicles that are dropping off mechanical components? We're not purchasing them. I thought for sure we had a truck coming in with those. And I think just clicking on those again isn't actually going to help. So I must have, did I take the truck off of coming in there? No, it would be a covered vehicle. That's interesting. Oh, you know what? Maybe I took them off. I put them here. No, they would be coming into this building to get them, right? So let's go through this building and see. I'm just going to open up all of the road vehicles. Okay, so that should be all of the road vehicles. So let's just take a look and see what they're doing. Because I think, like a guy that's just coming up here and doing this. So this guy's going to Importski, and I don't want to export any of these for a little while. Even though that's going to cut our money down a little bit. Yeah, let's just X out, go into there. So that means these guys are very inefficient at this moment, in my opinion. Electrons, like we got a lot of oil truck, like a lot of single trucks, right? Where, look, we got this guy's going to Chemsaw, Gulag Warehouse. Yeah, let's make some more efficient things. Did it not let me open? Wasn't there another one? Yeah, I'm getting the impression there was one more. Yeah, I don't know if it's open and behind another one, or because like there's 6 here on this list. Yeah, fine. Fine. So like, where is that one? I don't see it flashing. Is it like under here? The mystery of the... Okay, well, whatever. I'm just going to deal with these that I have in front of me then, I guess. Yeah, look, 2 of these are going to the Chemsaw warehouse. And then this guy goes up to Etupafalu. So then why don't we have... Let's get rid of this guy. Well, he's got stuff in him. For now, we're going to park him in this depot here. Go back to the depot. And then what I'm going to do is take... After he goes to Chemsaw, then he's going to go to Etupafalu. And then he's going to go to this one over here, Denzi or whatever it is. Yeah, then you're going to come to here. Yeah, and just stop by there, unload whatever it is you unload. Great. All right, so let's just shrink him so we know he's part of the crew, but not in our way, right? And then we're going to come over to this guy and say, well, we don't need to go to Chemsol anymore for sure. And we really don't need anybody going to the Gulag warehouse at any point in the near future. Yeah, so you know what? We're gonna curtail his exploits. Yeah, because you're going to Electronville, which is fine because that's supplying the components for now to make electronics potentially, which is, by the way, something we can maybe do by the end of this episode. All right, so what I want to do is just, you know what, you need to go back to that depot as well. Just stop wasting the fuel. All right, so we'll close you and we'll close you. And then you, yeah, we want to just keep you. You're replacing a train right now, so you can stay part of the team. But then this guy is going to Gateway Love Warehouse, which is fine. So he's coming over to here and putting some in there, which is like minuscule amount, and I don't anticipate him use much. And then there was the Chemsol one. And then there should be... Now the Chemsol one is where these guys were going. And then there's no supply of them over here. Yeah, so I don't want them going all the way up there. So we're going to have you come over to our new power station one. And again, I welcome any suggestions for a better name. Oh, let's put... Don't go... I want this plus. Yeah, and I want you to bring in and unload stuff. Right. A little bit of logistics of an episode is more than even construction, right? But good. So now we made an improvement on our logistics. We now realize we're not exporting any mechanical components. And the reason I didn't want to do this is because I want my steel to back up a little bit more. We're really not quite making enough. It's not that we're not making enough steel. I just don't want to export it in the form of those mechanical components until we've kind of, you know, got some of these yards filled up. See how it's getting low in places on the steel. And the reason that I noticed that is because the train was like never sitting over there, right? So, and we're doing a fair amount of construction with railroads and other things that are going to use up the steel. And at this, with all the money that we have, I'd rather keep that, even if it makes us lose some money for a little while. I'm okay with that. Okay. Now, how is our little train of bitumen, I hope, doing? You don't have anything in you. That was kind of dumb, wasn't it? All right. Yeah, that won't work. Can you go back to there, please? if you notice the problem. Oh, now you can't go back? Why can't you go back? Really? You're going to do this to me now? So why can't you go back there? You should be able to come off of that and go this far. Well, can't we? Don't we have our little... No, it's... Okay, so why can't you go back? You can come this far. Is it because you can't... Yeah, you can't go back from there, can you? Because you can't get over to here. Yeah, there's no way to go from this track. Yeah, you know what? We need to... And that's going to be a pain to build as well. Because, yeah, we need to be able to come, like, from here and go over there. Well, you really could actually go... Where are you going now? No, you're just going back and forth. So, I mean, you can't go do the loop-de-loop. Like, they're not smart enough to... Yeah, no, he can't get over here. So, I guess he's not searching... Like, he could go all the way down to the end and turn around and come back in, but... You know, I'm thinking this is... I don't want to break that block any worse than it is. But if I just come here, this is already a mess. So let's see if I can do that and actually... get this assigned, right? Yeah, you won't. Will you get off of there at all? All right, so let's cancel this. This thing's messing me up a little bit. Let's come here. Let's see. There you go. And you know what? Just because we can, and it's just such a pain in the butt to do this little tiny thing. All right, everybody close your eyes. Oh, look, I accidentally hit the button to buy it with rubles. Isn't that a shame? All right, now, buddy, you should be able to get there now, right? Oh, but you know what? Let's get that signal back before I forget. There we go. Yeah, that really shouldn't have made that conglomerated mess any worse. Now, are you? Yes, there he goes. Very good. All right, so now our busload of people, which is probably empty at this point. And look, that bus can get out of there, so... Did we ever get any supplies in there? Yeah, so it's just a matter of getting people, which was not happening because of that train being in the way. Oh, and then I held up both of the buses, so they stopped sending people to this one. Genius. Okay, well, good. So we'll let that complete, and then we'll get our train over there. I didn't even think about it blocking the railroad, or the little dirt road there, obviously. Or else I probably wouldn't have done that. All right, so you're still working on the pipelines. All right, now, my least... Well, no, you know what? We're going to do my least favorite thing after we do my favorite thing of the episode. I think, with a relatively minimal amount of effort, we could at least start producing a couple of electronics. I don't intend in this episode to actually distribute said electronics, but if we can at least get to the point we're making a couple and starting to build them up in the warehouse, maybe in the next episode we can start trying to get them to some of the stores and shopping centers, right? Which is a bit of a pain in the butt and a longer thing to do, right? Because, you know, it's just getting things into those stores is already enough of a pain. So, especially because I didn't put any road cargo things. It's just there's not enough parking to leave things waiting, so that's going to be a whole thing. So what do we need? We need mechanical components, we need, you know, the electronic components, we need plastics. Now the good thing about these is every building that has 3 inputs should probably have 4 parking spaces, in my opinion. One for the stuff going out and one for each of the things that needs to go in. But fortunately, we have this warehouse so that we don't need the one coming in, so we can park all 3 of these trucks here. So let's take a quick look and see if we have... Yeah, these are all going to be covered haul things, right? So I don't think we have... Well, no, we have these... Yeah, and you know what? We can... Are they in there yet? Yeah, you know what? Let's start off with these 2, and we can get rid of this one. And I think we just need to find one more covered haul. And they both have mechanical components. So let's get them started up into here. Now, how many mechanical components do you hold? You know what? Why don't you come here and wait? Sorry, unload and wait. Hopefully we'll catch him. Right? Yeah, you know how we'll... Let's delete that. We're going to need at least 2 stops. So then your next stop will be the assembly. And then you'll unload here. So hopefully this will confuse him. And if nothing else, if I forget, yeah, we're going to just tell him to wait in both places and see what happens. We'll try to remember to fix him, but he'll actually be one of our things. Now this guy, I want him to come up here and wait. And then I want him to come over to here, right? And that's where the plastics are. And then I want him to come back to here. Now again, we'll ramp this up in the future. But in this one, I want you to drop off mechanical components, and I'm doing the load thing instead of the unload. Let's move this up so we can see it better. And then I want you to go over to that other warehouse and load some plastics up. So I don't, yeah, this is another one. We'll just have to remember to straighten this guy out. And no, I don't want you to wait, but I do want you to wait to unload here. For now, at least. And I do want you to wait here to unload, because I don't want you running until that's unloaded. All right, good. So now, yeah, we have those two guys. Now, you know what? How is our, oops, I closed that truck. I really didn't want to do that. You know what? Before that guy moves too far, is that you? No, of course not. Yeah, who the hell knows where he's at? We'll have to catch him. I just wanted to make sure he was on weight. So now let's just take a real quick look and see if we have any other. Oh wait, are you still in the? Oh, you're still in the thing. So are you waiting? Yeah, waiting. I kind of remember doing that, but all right, now that you're okay, and you can start. So let's see. If we had another covered haul, we have a depot here with nothing in it. And the only other depot there's liable to be anything is here, and that's just an open haul. So now we have mechanical components coming in here. We have electrical, or we have plastic, and now we need the electrical components. So I am willing to put its own special truck on the electrical components. So let's just come in here real quick and we'll buy another covered haul. And back up a little bit right there and bring them over to here. And this is a lot of the stuff I usually will do between episodes. You guys can see why. I don't know if your heads are spinning by this point, and I'm not sure if this is helpful. Please leave a comment. One of the things that happens is people can leave negatives, and if you're just trying to warn other people to not watch my videos, I think that's a good way of doing it. If you're actually trying to get me to do something or change something or even understand what you didn't like, it's probably a terrible way of doing it, because I have no idea why somebody would leave a thumbs down. I mean, I have ideas why they would, but I can only sit there and guess, you know. A thumbs up is nice because it's sort of like, in my opinion, a pat on the back, a recommendation. Why you liked it, you know, I would like to know that too, but at the same time, it's, you know, concerning to me, you could say, if you get a bunch of dislikes on a video. But then you go, well, what am I supposed to change? Like the whole thing? Or, you know, maybe you just don't like me or whatever, you know, like it's just impossible for me to guess. All right. You may notice that we're not actually building any railroad tracks, because my least favorite problem in the entire world at this point has reared its ugly head again. It is the overloading of this guy. And I think I can only say that it seems to be because we are, you know, we're just getting too much stuff in here. So what I would like to do is, this guy is pretty much full, so let me send him over. I need to get this straightened out, right? So we'll just get him out of the way. And then what I think we're going to need to do is, so that was the prefab panels guy. This is the bricks guy. You know what? I want you to, let's switch this around. I want you to unload over here your bricks. I want you to load bricks. Yeah, and then I want you to wait up here for now to unload your bricks, right? So in other words, he's probably just going to go up there and sit and wait, but at least he's taking a certain number of the bricks out of here, which is the bricks and the panels are the ones that are causing us the problem. Now you need to unload anything, but you still have a little tiny bit of wood in there. So why don't we just set you to not waiting? Because the problem that was actually holding us up with getting this problem cleared is that we don't have any steel in there. I really wish if you had a truck out here, like it's drawing off of the inventory and not taking it out of the truck, because if it would just take it out of the truck, that would be good, because then, you know, then the train would like start going, right? And it would use up some of the gravel and it would use up some of the prefab panels, but it doesn't. It's too dumb, you know? I don't want that. I want this guy, and I want to say, okay, now you can wait again. Because like I want a truck with steel ready to go. Now, the lumber guy, fine. You know, like he's, I don't really care if he sits there. Now, what do we have over here? We have, yeah, the electrical components and a bus. So now what I need to do is we need to start making some room. We have three things here. So you can go up to, I don't know which one is this? Medium storage. Yeah, you know what? I want you to come here and unload your steel. You've got a tiny bit of prefab panels too, which is pretty annoying. But that's fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to send you there. Then we're going to come back to the cargo station. And I want you to load up some prefab panels. And then we're just going to keep a real close eye on him for a second. Now, you know, these trucks are my regular prefab. I'm filling up flatbeds left and right with this. But let's see. This guy's going to come over and load up some prefab. Not that many, unfortunately, is he? Oh, look, the trains are going out. See? That's what I'm talking about. As soon as you get a little bit in there, you're kind of like good to go. So where are you going? Where are you? Oh, to get fuel, I think. Okay. All right. So now, you know what? Never mind. Don't do whatever it was you were going to do. Come back to here. Now you know, unload anything. I think if you take them all off, then it adds them all back on. Okay, yeah, so you're going to go to open storage and come there. Okay, so you can start. And then, what did we do to our bricks guy? I thought we set the bricks guy in here too. Alright, well, you know what? The bottom line is we're running for a minute, and I anticipate more problems with this. But hopefully, as these trains get out and start using some stuff up, like, yeah, look, now he's coming right straight back like an idiot. Alright, anyway, how are we doing on... Let's go to the pleasant side of the town, right? We got a little fiasco going here, which is fine because, okay, so you are completely full of mechanical components. That's fine for a minute. Let's have you not wait there, but I want you to load, and I want you to not wait. So you're going to be our regular mechanical components guy, right? And then you... Okay, I just can't have you waiting to unload, even though that would be a good thing. This is our normal truck delivering mechanical components up here. And you should be, somewhere should be a plastic truck. Yeah, so now, yeah, you have nothing in you. So delete that stop. Load up plastics. I don't want you waiting there, but I do want you waiting here. Good. So there's our plastic guys, at least up in the neighborhood, right? Good, there we go. So we're taking some of them out and bringing them over. And eventually he'll fill up this guy. And then the last thing, and not the least thing, well, we need electronics. So that, is this our electronics truck? Yes, or electrical components. Now, we want you to wait as well once you get it filled up. All right, so guess what we need now? And I think I saw a bus over here. So for now, we're going to just grab this bus. And without paying any attention to whatever that was doing before, we're going to bring you up here and we're going to say, we just want you to get workers. I don't think you need it on the side that just, I think you only need it when the passengers might get in there. All right, so we're going to start that up. So that should get us a few workers over here. And I think I'm going to pretty much call it an end of the episode once we make our first electronics. We'll go back and check on a couple things, and then we'll come back. Now, the other thing I want you to do is I want all of your people to come here at this moment. Now, how are we doing here? Look at this. So we're out of steel. Yeah, this is a bit of a problem. Let's look at these. I think what's happening is, because I looked over here before, so we have these 3 vehicles waiting at this one, assuming that they would have more workers, but the buses are actually more efficient, it seems, than the people walking over here. So we're getting less people, which I kind of want the imbalance a little bit, so that, I want these trucks to sit and get emptied by this one and then come top this one off, kind of thing. So what I need to do is redo these routes so that, let's see, what is this one? This one is the first one, and this is number 2. 3. Okay, so we got 3. We want the last stop to be number 3. Yeah, so you know what? Get rid of this stop. Come here. There, right? And I want you to unload your chemicals. And I want you to wait here because they should use them up faster here, right? So that way they do pause, but if they're getting used faster here, they'll keep making that loop until, and as long as this one keeps using them faster, the route will work, right? And it'll top this guy off and then wait until he's unloaded on this one. I think you guys get the idea. All right, so good. At least we're going to get those in, and then here's our open haul. Well, this guy's just waiting. I think this is number 3 right here. Let's wait a minute for it to scroll. There we go. Yeah, so we just want him not to wait here. Yeah, so, but we do want you to wait here. And then, last and not least, so let's see which one's number 3. This one's number 3. So we want to get rid of this route. And then we want to go and add this one at the end. Yeah, unload. Unload. And wait. Don't wait. All right, there we go. So now we have these guys go in a little bit different direction because these guys are getting more workers. But at least, see, like this guy's waiting, but he should use up these chemicals faster than this guy does. See, this guy has, 4.3 chemicals, and since this guy's using them up faster, hopefully that'll keep these keep us from running out of steel. See, we've already fixed that problem. It's just I had assumed that you'd get more workers here, but you don't. All right, very good. So that's taken care of, and oh, you know what? Limited amount. Let's just make it so that we don't get anything else in there ever. All right, how are we doing here? Building is without power supply. Really? Yeah, look over here. Okay. Well, it's been a while since we checked our construction, guys. Yeah, so let's look, and then Yeah, you know what? Does that really need to be? Okay. You know, leave that guy open for a second. Let's close that. Let's come over here to roads. And we're going to destroy that road. That doesn't need to be. And then, you know what? This doesn't need to be a paved road at this point. Maybe it will one day. That's not going to work, but I bet you this will. Can I delete a little bit of this off? Not really. Yeah, well, let's delete this. Alright, so can I just bring this like... And then can I just loop that guy around? There you go. It may not be permanent. It might be, but at least it looks a lot better, right? Alright, so now... Oh, is there any... Alright, well anyway, let's see about assigning some construction. Yeah, I don't think there's an actual connection in between these two. Oh, I don't want that. No. And there's no connection in between there and there. Alright, so we should have power. You know what? I'm just going to auto-complete those with Rubles. Just because there's going to be no way to do it from here, right? Because you can't build on the power lines in the middle. And so we got a little extra double cheat this episode with, with purchasing things. But I'm okay with purchasing under $1,000 worth of construction, right? It's hardly going to change the overall map. There we go. So... yeah, now we just need to get those built. So let me take a quick break, just because the video is getting kind of long. And let's take a real quick look here. Are we still building tracks? Yeah, we still need to get rid of some bricks, but at least we're... Why do we have no steel in there now? Is it because we're waiting on a steel guy? No, it's because our stupid steel guy has a little tiny bit of boards in him. You know, and he won't unload those until we start using boards. And we, oh, you know what? Is this full? No, not. Can you go up there, please, for me? And all right, so I guess we're not taking a break while that happens, are we? And I want you to unload boards. That's loading. Yeah, hopefully, yeah, let's close some stuff here. Keep an eye on him and see if we can't get him straightened out. Yeah, look, he's got like 2 boards in the back. Just throw them into the woods, buddy, while you're going by, okay? They'll just biodegrade anyway. Like, you know, it causes me more problems over like 3 2x4s as we, you know. Hey! All right, well, that worked. So let's get rid of that stop. Unload your steel and wait. Good. Yes, it's one of the problems with having the trains waiting here all the time, I think. You know, speaking of which, I do want to send... Yeah, I wish there was a way to just send them on a single thing. Like, I don't really need to make a whole route for this guy, right? I want you to go here, and then here. And I want you to unload in both places and wait. Even though you're going to cause... Yeah, just unload anything and wait, and start. So at least you're trying to get rid of those 2 things, and we'll try to keep an eye on you as well. We don't need this open. There we go. Swinging some steel in. That's a covered vehicle. I don't want that. Yep, there we go. So now we're getting trains going out again. And then look what just happened. So like all of a sudden it like loaded up with extra prefab panels. I don't really understand what happened there. Unless they're like bumping into each other or something because of this. I don't know. how are we doing here, guys? Did we get power yet? No. Fortunately not. How are we doing? Did we get our stuff we need? Alright, maybe we'll take a little break while I keep an eye on... Oh, what did our steel guy successfully... Yeah, look, he got rid of everything. Okay, look, you can stop, buddy. Relax. Good time. Now that you're done causing a problem, I want you to go to do nothing here, and then I don't know which one this is. Is that number 2? No. I mean to click. Oh, yeah. No, this one. Yeah, that's number 2. So I want you to unload at number 2 here. Anything. Well, prefab panels. Start. I want you to wait. Yeah, you can't wait doing nothing, which does make some kind of illogical sense. Yeah, this is a bit of a fiasco. But it's okay. We're getting it done, right? It's not the world's greatest, but we will be making improvements on that fairly shortly here. How are we doing? All right, so I am going to pause. Let me pause it. I'll keep an eye on this. Might straighten out another problem or two, but for the most part, I think you guys probably had enough straightening out of problems. That way the video doesn't go much over, and we can do a little celebration dance when it comes to, you know, getting completely self-sufficient. All right, be back in a second. There you go. I hope that made some sound sense. I just... that was a drum roll, just in case you didn't know. Anyway, look. We have made and are making electronics. And I hope you could tell from my voice. You know what this means? This is a momentous day for Reverstan. A happy, happy day. We are... While we're not actually... We still may be importing a few things because we're not totally efficient. But it is official. After 34 years of in-game play, we are now technically capable of being completely self-sufficient. There's nothing on this list, unless they went and snuck something in there that I'm not aware of. We are now making every one of the things on this list. So that is absolutely a momentous occasion. And like I said, I kind of knew this episode would... It's not too long, but it's time to end it at about an hour. And you know, like we are now self-sufficient. So in the next episode, expect us to start trying to distribute some electronics, and you know, we're already doing something of exporting these. Now, this is the first industry that I consider complete, believe it or not, too. Like, I may add another complex like this down the road. Like, you know, we might build another set of this similar kind of thing up here. Because, you know, here, that's why I built these in the center. So we could build, you know, more electronic components up in here and just use these warehouses to do it. And we could do the same thing, or we could build more electronics here, whatever. You know, we may ramp up this area to build even more of these things. But, you know, to me, I don't plan on that unless we find the need. But this, to me, is like a good setup where we're going to be able to make plenty of electronic components for all. We're going to replace every railroad track with electronic ones one day. Electrical rails, I should say. And yeah, there we go. And then we're going to save some money because we can provide electronics directly to our people. I don't even know if we need 2 of these. But you know what? These are some, if going back to this list, these are some top dollar, you know, 18,000. Well, for us to buy them with rubles, it's almost 21,000. Is it the most expensive? No, clothes are actually the most expensive. Chemicals are way up there too. But anyway, it's in the top 3 of the most expensive things. So, and that's a consumer good. Like the chemicals, you kind of don't sell them or give them to people. So it'll be great. That'll save us. Well, let's see. How much will it save us? We have the capability. Let's go back to last month just to get an idea. February is a short month. Keep that in mind. Import from Western countries, electronics, 117,000. If we go just to check the Soviet, electronics, another 12,000, even though the numbers aren't comparable. You know, you're talking, and that's a short month, so it's probably like 150,000 a month that we'll have coming in, saving. And then not to mention that if we make enough of them, which we're certainly pumping them out at a pretty good clip right now, we will be able to export some and have even more money coming in. So yeah, I'm real happy with this. This is finally, how many episodes later is this complete? I mean, if you think about when we started out way down here building this road and extending this railroad track, I don't know off the top of my head, but it feels like weeks just to get this done. But now that we have all this done, you know, we're able to build in this area. I think, while it'll still be a lot of work to start getting houses over in Nueve Revergrad, you know, it'll be some work to get all this done. This will be our second fully fledged, you know, we're going to have enough bakeries here to feed the country, all the surrounding countries, right? But again, that'll be nice when we get all this in. That'll be good, efficient Soviet industry, feeding all the people plenty of, I guess they're making bread. It looks like they take corn and make bread when you open one of them up, but whatever. Crops and food. So there we go. So how are we doing here? We getting, oh good, we're getting components. We're not getting any, oh, I have this set on plastics. Well, that's, you know what, let me ramp this up to 100%. And then take this to 50%. There we go. Yeah, that'll do it. If you tell it only to take plastics instead of electrical components, that'll do it. But hopefully, I'm pretty sure we scheduled somebody to come up here. We'll keep an eye. Is this him right here? Yeah, there you go. As a matter of fact, there you are. Right on time, buddy. Right on time. So how's our train thing doing? Just out of curiosity. Oh, good. I can see we're working on a track, and we're not overloaded. I did, in that brief pause, send our bricks guy back down to sit there like he should be. So hopefully, eventually we'll work on a project that needs bricks, and that'll come back down. But it seems like at least it's working for the moment. Keep your fingers crossed for me, please. And once this guy gets done this bridge, we can send them working here. We could talk about what we want to do for rail here. And then in addition to that, I do want to get these tracks done. And I'm going to keep probably letting that guy, they don't have anything else to work on until we get a little further in here. But once he gets past here, we do need, it would be probably good, even if it's semi-temporary, to see about getting, you know, the ability to go this way with the tracks, right? But let's let this guy finish, because even if I did this guy is not, or the train guy that we just worked on is not going to be able to finish this little strip, if you know what I mean, like, because if he comes off this way. So let's just let this guy finish what he's been working on, and then he can start focusing on doing the rails down in here. Yep, there they go, busy working. So yeah, I'm happy. We are self-sufficient. So I just want to take a minute to say thank you guys for all of your comments and just your involvement, right? It's like I mentioned, negative reviews are just not helpful to me. Like if you're trying to be helpful, that's not. It's not that I just, your involvement is great. If you leave a negative review every day, you know, that doesn't make me happy, of course, but at the same time, I'm glad you're involved. I'm glad you're watching the videos. One last thing to say, I'm going to do a couple videos about the Frontier Pilot Simulator, and I noticed I got like 3 real quick dislikes on that. I'm not giving this up until I at least get Nueve Revergrad built. So if that gives you any indication, I mean, we're talking a month there, right? And I really would like to ramp up and make all of our industries more like this. The only thing that might stop us is if they came out with a major content update that like broke the map or something. And even then I would plan on like restarting a map. So I don't really have any intention of not making these videos, though there may be a day or two that I go do another video, right? For the most part though, just don't worry. This series is not going away for any extended period of time. And you know, like I may slip a video in now and again of another game, but this will be the primary focus for at least the near future. So, well, once again, guys, I hope you've enjoyed it, and I have enjoyed it. I've enjoyed making these videos for you, and let me know if you had any problems with the new resolution thing, or if it helps you. So I appreciate you guys. Take care. Have a good day. Bye-bye.